Hey, what's up? This is Spider-Prime1 back again with another Transformers video review. Alright, I have changed locations again, and I am now on some nice, smooth corkboard, which is in my room as part of my train layout. So, since I have a nice open area, this is where I'm going to be doing reviews from for the foreseeable future. And so I figured I'd start off with one of the newer, well, no, not newer, one of the last waves of the original Prime line before they went Beast Hunters, which is Flamewar, Knockout, Bumblebee, and Wheeljack. So we will start with the weakest of the group, Flamewar, which is a repaint of RC. Now in a darker purple color with orange flames on the sides and on the front where the headlight should be. And then we have a painted windscreen this time instead of leaving it black. And the sun really just picked up right now, so it's going to be a little bit of bright. Well, it helps show off the translucent weapons even more. So Flamewar comes with the Vehicon weapon this time around, which is still purple. I don't know if they changed shades of purple, but that's what the default color is for the Decepticons now. And so to transform Flamewar, fold those open, split the bottom down here, fold this leg out and flip this one back, then fold this leg out and flip this one through the front. And there are the legs. You want to split the back here. Sorry about the glare, I didn't know that that was going to happen. Fold that, then bring the legs down. And there is Flamewar. I'll give her her weapon. So yes, there is Flamewar. Which shows even more that she's just a repaint of RC. But the orange is a lot more prominent in this mode. And she has really nice red optics. There they are. Which look really nice with the orange and the purple. But aside from that, she's just an RC repaint, which has all of RC's many flaws and few strong points. Next up is Knockout. Now for Knockout and Wheeljack, I do have their original versions. I have the sets that they came with. I just haven't reviewed them because I haven't. So I'll show the originals off at a different time. But this is a repaint for Knockout. He's orange instead of red this time, and then has the cartoon accurate paint detailing in reddish burgundy instead of silver. So he's more cartoon accurate, it's just the colors are different. Take that for what you will. And then he has a nice purple Decepticon logo on the front. Now what's interesting to start his transformation is you grab the front of the car. Let's see if I can, there we go. Grab the front of the car and fold the whole thing forward. Then you fold the roof back, revealing the head, and then you do everything else. Bring the arms, fold out the feet, and then split the legs. And there's Knockout. Just leave my hand right here. There we go. So yeah, there's Knockout. He does have wheels in his ankles, so he's a little tipsy. but not too bad. The one thing I don't like is the way his hands are molded. They're on the inside of the car, and the windows for the car are right underneath where his hand goes. So he can hold stuff by like the tip, like right about here, and then if you try to go it any further, it'll just slide out of his hand, unless you really force it in there and risk bending the plastic. Um, but yeah, there's Knockout with his Energon sword, which is a purple repaint of Ratchet and Cliffjumper's weapons from the first wave. And then next is Bumblebee, who has a green repaint of that same sword. And then we all know how to transform Bumblebee, so we'll look at the vehicle mode first. And it is funny that in the cartoon, in Beast Hunters, spoilers, Bumblebee actually pretty much does look like this. He's just inverted. Where on the original, wherever he was yellow on the original, he is now black. Wherever he was black, he is now yellow. So this toy is almost accurate, except for the grill. He doesn't have the yellow front. If anything, you could say this is a Transformers 4 look ahead, going off of the pictures that we've seen of what supposedly Bumblebee is supposed to look like. So we'll transform him real quick. And again, if you don't know how to transform a Legion class Bumblebee by now, you're a little behind the times. Now, one thing I was noticing about this whole Bumblebee is a black repaint, and he's got a green sword, and he's supposed to be like the scout, but he's like slowly coming up in rank kind of thing. I just get a Return of the Jedi vibe from him, because he's all clad in black now. He's higher up in rank somewhat, and he's got a green sword. So I just get a Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi vibe from him, which is kind of cool, if you want to look at it that way. And then last but not least is Wheeljack. And Wheeljack has a green repaint of Bumblebee's weapon from the first time around. And he's also got a repaint that kind of reminds me of Generations Drift. Just a little bit. And I like it. I do wish it had a little bit of green on there, just to be like a different Wheeljack paint scheme. But, oh well. It looks nice the way it is anyways. We've got yellow taillights, which is kind of interesting. The silver headlights, and then just red and a black windscreen. And then an Autobot logo up here. So, that's it for vehicle mode. Transform him. Pull the arms down. Grab the front of the car and unfold it like so. I did that off the side of the screen, so I'll do it again. Just like that. Make sure the waist piece kind of frictions in behind the windscreen. Split the legs. Fold the front of the car as far as it'll go to make his feet. And then fold the back, and then there's a tab and a hole. Push it all the way in. Raise the shoulders all the way up, and then fold the arms down. Give him his weapon. And there is Wheeljack in robot mode. And Wheeljack looks really nice. His original Legion class toy looks better, just because it's the right paint scheme. But I really like the way that Wheeljack looks in Legion class. Sure, the windscreen takes up almost all of his body, when it shouldn't, but what are you going to do at this size? For articulation, he has ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed hips, bend at the knee, and then his foot because the transformation can turn. So you can get a lot of poses out of Wheeljack. Stupid son. So yeah, Wheeljack is the most posable out of the last wave for the original Prime line. Next to Cliffjumper. And then just because I didn't show it off earlier, Knockout's a little bit more stunted. He's got ball jointed shoulders, which are kind of stiff. Ball jointed legs, and then he has the ankle tilt. So no knees for Knockout, which is kind of sad. But you can still get a lot of play value out of him. So if you were to find any of these four, I would say go Wheeljack, Knockout, Bumblebee, Flamewar. And the only reason I don't put Bumblebee second is because it's the Bumblebee mold. And if you already have it, you're probably not going to want another one. But if you don't, I would say find the black version. I forget the little prefix in front of the Bumblebee name for this one. I think it's like Shadow Strike or something like that. I'm not completely sure. But yeah, Wheeljack and Knockout are totally ones that you should find. If you don't already have the big sets that they come with. And I'll get to those eventually later on down the line. But until then, I'm Spider Prime 1, and I'm signing off.